Yo, what is up, guys? Today we're going to be comparing the Armshark Kraken with the Squid Industries Kraken and the new Baliplus Kraken. I'll tell you the differences that I can spot and kind of how they feel, and then maybe you can decide which one is the best for you. So let's get straight into it. The Armshark Kraken weighs 115.4 grams. The Squid Industries Kraken weighs 118.64 grams, and the Baliplus Tanto is the heaviest with 120.37 grams. Hardware-wise, these are all T10. That's only because I upgraded the Baliplus Kraken with real squid pivots. Usually Baliplus uses T8 or T9. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was T9 for a while, and then they switched to T8, but don't quote me on that. It could have been T8 the whole time, or maybe just T9 the whole time. But this is definitely an upgrade that I would recommend to you if you want to get the Baliplus Kraken. Like, definitely invest in some squid hardware or TrueLink hardware, whatever fits and is good quality, because you're gonna need it. Like, the regular hardware is not that good, in my opinion. Sorry for the cut, guys. I forgot to show you the tap and play, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Here's the play on the Armshark. It has like a little bit of wiggle. Here's the play on the Squid Industries. Same as the Armshark. Wiggle also feels the same. And then here's the Baliplus. Honestly, also the same, maybe even a bit less. And wiggle also maybe a tiny bit less. So yeah, just had to show this real quick. I remembered I forgot to show you guys this. And yeah, now enjoy the rest of the video. So yeah, we got this one. Sound wise, you just heard it. Sounds very bouncy. Not that bouncy when it comes to the ice pick sound test, but honestly, I think it's kind of luck of the draw, because I've had Squid Industries Krakens that didn't sound as good, whereas this one sounds very bouncy. And it's also got that like V3 ring. Also the close is very bouncy. These are all oiled with carbon honey too, I should mention that. And now finally we got the Armshark Kraken. Waited a while for this. I wanted to film it earlier this video, but I didn't get one because shipping took a little bit longer with all the Black Friday delays, and I also got COVID, so I had to wait a little bit before I was filming, so I wouldn't be coughing the whole time. And yeah, let's get straight into the sound. This one sounds crazy. This is like the third Armshark Kraken I have, and all of my other ones were not as nutty as this one. This one's definitely the craziest. Like I said before, same as with Squid, I think it's kind of luck of the draw if you get a good one or not, and this is definitely a good one. It's also got the ring, but the ring sounds a little bit different than the Squid one, and this one also has like a bit of a higher pitch to it than the Squid one. Like just from the bounce. You can kind of hear it. This one sounds a bit more metallic. So yeah, that sound. Next we'll get into the handle gaps, I guess. Honestly, with Squid Industries themselves, I don't know if these are the same. This one, for example, is a bit smaller. Even with their own production, this is another genuine Squid Industries Kraken. Even with their own production, the handle gaps vary. So as you see, like, look at this crazy difference. Both original, both from Squid Industries. This one has a tiny open handle gap. This one has a much bigger one. So as you can see, the handle gaps vary anyways. So it's not really fair to compare them. But the Armshark Kraken has a bit wider of a handle gap. I mean, technically you could say it's better because over time, like if you beat this thing a lot, it could close a bit if you get like deformation with the Zen pins, but you'd have to beat it like really hard to do that. Open handle gap on the Kraken from Arm Shark, also a little bit bigger, but honestly nothing you notice when you're flipping. These are like minuscule differences, and as I said, even within Squid Industries knives themselves, they vary, and they both flip very good. So let's get into the texture. The Arm Shark Kraken, I know the blade is different. I mean Baliplus Kraken, I know the blade is different, but basically for all it's worth, the handles are the same. These are the newest edition from Baliplus, so technically it would be their best. The handles, they feel very rough compared to the real ones or even the Arm Shark ones. These handles, I would say they feel kind of like a metal file. They're not that rough, but definitely like rough to the touch. If you hold this and flip it, obviously not with this trick, but if you're doing fans or anything of that kind, like you can definitely feel how rough the handles are. And the finishing, even like on the end of the handles and stuff, it's not that great. Right here at the edges, you know, you can kind of feel like sharpness to it, like nothing that will cut you or hurt you or anything, but definitely not as comfortable as, let's say, the real Kraken or even the Arm Shark Kraken. So now onto the Arm Shark Kraken. Arm Shark has done like a phenomenal job replicating the Squid Industries pattern and texture. These feel almost identical. Arm Shark's is very smooth, just like Squid's, but I kind of do feel a difference. This could also just be due to the dual tone look on the Arm Shark, since the insides are milled out after the aluminum is anodized, so could be a bit rougher. But honestly, it's not rough at all. It feels a bit different, but these are both smooth. They look the same, and for all it's worth, they are the same. When you're flipping, you won't notice a difference just when you touch them like this next to each other. But these are both really good. Obviously the original is going to be the best since it's the original. Like, you can't not have what the original has if it's original, you know? Like, the clones are obviously trying to imitate the original, so the original is always going to be on top. But the Arm Shark is definitely a good contender for a Kraken. Like, in my opinion, the Arm Shark Kraken is 97% of what like the original one is. The only downside is like if you want to mud your Kraken or maybe get a reblade or anything, then you can't really make do with Arm Shark handles, since the, whatever you call it, like the Zen assembly is a bit different. Like, they look the same for all it's worth, but you couldn't put this blade on these handles or the original blade on these handles, which also, like, you used to be able to do that with Baliplus, but now you can't anymore with the newest one, which is kind of sad. But before, Baliplus was so bad, like with the handles, that you kind of had to do that, whereas now you don't need to do that anymore. Like, this thing is fine as a standalone, and for its price it's also fine. The Arm Shark is a bit more expensive. Like, the Arm Shark Kraken, if I want to buy it in the EU, it costs like 60 euros because of VAT. If you buy it off AliExpress, like, you can get it cheaper on AliExpress if you're gonna order to the US, definitely. But I don't know those prices, so I'm gonna say this one's 60 euros, more or less. Actually, I think it's 65 now. When I bought it, it was 60 euros though. This one's like 50, maybe even 45, I'm not sure, but I think it's more like 50. And then this one, obviously, is stupidly overpriced. This one's like 250 euros, maybe even more, I don't actually know. Actually, it is more, but yeah, if you want to get this in Europe, you're definitely paying more. So let's just say 250 euros for this, 300 for the ink version. Way too much money if you ask me. Don't ask me why I spent this much on Squid. I guess I'm just a stupid collector, but these are not worth it if you just want to flip. Like, I only bought these because I like the colorways. Like I wanted to do some mix and match sort of stuff. I have some extra handles here, original from Squid, that I'm going to be using for some reblades and stuff. But don't do what I do. Like, don't spend this much on real Krakens. It's not worth it, guys. Because if you compare this with the Arm Shark, for these like little differences that you get, it's almost like a no-brainer to just go for Arm Shark. Except if you're like a clone hater and you don't really like clones, you don't want to support clones. Like, I get that. Then obviously your best option if you wanted a Kraken would be to get the real one. But if you don't have problems with getting a Kraken from Arm Shark, and if it's easier for you to order clones than originals, because I know from like personal experience, it's way easier to get clones like Baliplus shipped from
China
to the EU than it is to get them from America, especially because of like import taxes and all that stuff, shipping costs. It's just way cheaper to order like directly from China. So if you were thinking about getting a Kraken, you don't have too much money, and you want something that's like the real Kraken or the real Kraken trainer, I would say get this 100%. There's also a titanium version, which I have right here, just a quick sneak peek. I bought this. This is the V2 from the Arm Shark Titanium Kraken. If you remember, I had made a video on the V1. I have a reblade on there right now. It's in the Bali's Tanto Hydra. Works pretty well, very well actually. It looks awesome, sounds great. And it fixes the balance problem that the V1 had. But what also fixes the balance problem is what Arm Shark did on the V2, which they made the channels bigger. But I'm saving that for another video. I just want to show this off real quick, since I mentioned that Arm Shark makes a Thai Kraken. So get hyped for that. That's coming soon. This is also a Squid Industries Kraken. This is kind of like a mix and match I did. It's V2.5 handles on a V3 blade that I had laying around. At some point I might change it. I think I'm going to get a Yuppie Bowie blade for these V2.5 handles. I'm going to keep you updated on that. That should work. I'm not sure, but we'll try to make it work if it doesn't. And that should be pretty cool too. Yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Also, what I forgot to mention is that this is a false live blade, like false edge blade. But I did say this in its own video because I already made a video about this. And I just remembered something. Yeah, the laser engraving. Obviously, if you care for it, then Baliplus has it. Only on their live blades though, not on the Tantos. I mean, not on the trainers. They even improved it. Like on the last version, it was way smaller than the original. Now, the laser engraving basically looks the same. Overall, I think this is quite a beauty. You can definitely keep this in your collection if you just want a Tanto to flip. But like I said, overall the Arm Shark is definitely better still. Baliplus is catching up though. Like, they're definitely improving and doing improvements, like you can tell, but they still got quite a ways to go, or like not that much, but definitely like some stuff they need to fix. For example, the handle feeling. It would also be nice if they upgraded the Zen nipple here to the new version, because also the Squid Industries Tantos, the new ones, have like this curved Zen nipple, which Baliplus still hasn't replicated. This is still the old design from like the V2.5 or V2 Tantos, I think, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. They're all gonna do what they want to do anyways, all the clone makers. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to tell you. Like, I hope that I was able to show you what you wanted to see. Also, shout outs to the guy who kept asking for the Arm Shark video, Arm Shark Kraken video. I see you. I probably wouldn't have filmed this today if you didn't comment, so props to you. And I hope you all liked this video. I hope you have a great day. See you in the next one.